Alright, so today I'm going to do a test of the Pro Power on board on the F-150 Lightning extended range. So I've got a few different things I'm going to try out. So I've got a Lotos. It's kind of a multitask machine. Not a high end, fine for what I do, do-it-yourselfer. It's a Lotos LTPDC 2000D. So this thing actually will run off of 120 or off of 220. So I'm going to be running it off of 220 because plasma cutter won't go too deep on 120. So I'm going to run it off of 220. This thing, I'm going to try out the plasma cutter. I'm going to try out the stick welder. So it does both. And then also I've got a Sentry FC90, which is a flux core wire feed welder. It's pretty similar to a MIG welder, except you don't need the gas. This just runs off of 120. I don't think there'll be any issue running this. This is a nice thing to have going four-wheeling. You know, bring this along if you have Pro Power on board or a little generator. You could pretty much fix anything. So if you could strap a little generator, the smallest one you can get, or maybe even one of those battery packs, throw it on your side-by-side with this thing, and it would be great help on, you know, if you're going on a day trip in Hatfield McCoy or something and you want to fix something. This thing's been great. I prefer it over my stick welder most of the time. You know, on just minor welds. You get into the deeper stuff, you got to do the stick welder. Stick welder is great because you can weld nasty stuff. So I am by far not a professional welder. My welds are terrible, but I just need them to hold. If they break, they break. I redo it. So sorry if my stuff's not perfect. This is more or less just to test out the Pro Power on board. So we will start with, we're going to test out the stick welder, and then I'll change it over to the plasma cutter, and then we'll try out the Sentry, which I believe is actually a Lincoln Electric. I think they bought them, but it looks just like Lincoln Electric. But we'll give it a try. I'm going to clean those up, and then we'll hit it with a few beads on the stick welder and see how it does. I'll monitor. I'll show a little video inside showing how much power it's using, and I'll show some of the welds, and maybe I'll weld some of this stuff together. These are just teeth off of my box blade. I replaced the teeth, or actually the whole thing, just because those things are old and worn, so I just had these laying around, so we'll give it a try. They're a little thick. I don't know if my plasma cutter will be able to cut through, but they're probably a little over ½ inch thick, and we'll see how the welder does too. So, all right, we'll be back.